What's up, guys? How's it going? We're here Thursday night. We're going to talk about some paintball stuff today. You know, that's typically what happens around here. Maybe, probably a lot of NXL, ESPN. I see some brains says the broadcast sucked. I know, I could tell. I saw you. I saw you commenting some places. I know you didn't like it, but that's that's paintball. Dustin, hello, good evening. My air conditioner is literally getting fixed right now, so I might have to run away for a minute if someone knocks on my door. But I don't know. I don't think they're going to. I've been trustily holding this laser thermometer, and it literally just started working. So I think we're good. Jose, Luke McKinney. Yep. So hopefully everybody got to watch some paintball this past few days. Maybe you caught it on Saturday night like I did, or maybe Sunday morning for some of you guys. The stream is now live. Yep. The hell was I saying? NXL, yeah. So hopefully some of you guys watched that. If you have not, if you go to Ninja Paintball's Facebook page, they've actually posted a link on YouTube. I also have it downloaded. I actually screen recorded the whole thing. So I don't know. I definitely am not going to put it on YouTube. Everyone wanted me to put it on the line, but will not be doing that. And it was really late for some of you guys. Although one of the things that's kind of cool is I think because a lot of people watched it, at least it seemed that they re-aired it the following morning. So at least we, started out with that not so great start time, 10 p.m. or 1 o'clock on the East Coast. But at least, the hell was I going to say? I don't know. But at least we got a good one the following day. It was on early in the morning. And Sunday morning is kind of a lay around and maybe watch random sports days. So Sunday morning's probably a good time. And a good start. EP, Chris Raymond as well. All hail AC. Who's AC? Eric says it's way better than Ghost Sports. I don't know. I have some thoughts on that. We'll talk about that. Field piece was late and I forgot. Yeah, I do. It was I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Oh, the air conditioner. I was like, AC. I was thinking about Satan. I was like, yeah, it was on, for me, it's even 10 o'clock is late for me. I've been going to bed at 9 o'clock, been asleep at 9 o'clock these past couple months. I don't know why. I just got into this groove at going to bed at 9. So yeah, I was up till 10:45, 11 o'clock, and I was exhausted. So I kind of paid attention and kind of didn't. So that's kind of why I rewatched the whole thing this morning. But we have a bunch of screenshots. I took a bunch of screenshots, and we're gonna go through those screenshots, and I'll give my thoughts and what is happening. What is good, JP? Next year, we will have a Paintball Ruined My Life on the Ocho. I'd wish, dude. I'd love to do... I don't know. I think I would love to be able to go to the NXL events and try to do something. I think that would be kind of cool. I'd love to work for Ghost Sports or the NXL. I think that would be really kind of cool. Maybe I should actually contact them. Was it any good, JP? Let's talk about it. Let's click this button right here. It's going to take us over here. And I rearranged this a little bit. Do you guys like the chat in the top? Should I leave the chat up there? Probably. It's kind of out of the way and, out of the way. So let's start. I'm going to rifle through all these really quick. So let's start at the beginning. These slides, these photos or screen grabs kind of go in order. And there's some things that I really like. One of the things that we don't get so much The bigger my face, the better. No, that's probably not true. Like this, like the big one. Well, that actually kind of looks cool, though. Anyway, we're going to this. Yeah, there's definitely some things I like. So I think that overall, obviously, the production quality was substantially higher. Mainly just, because it's going to be on ESPN. It's got a bigger platform. So putting more money behind it just, makes the thing overall better. And I really like these interviews. We kind of see Go Sports, Major League Paintball, the NXL kind of do these, but they don't really mix them into the games as much. They're kind of like interviews in between matches or in between those sets. So it's really cool to see just, interviews with people. It's something that I think we've kind of lacked for a while. We're lacking maybe more personality, right? I mean, we don't really know these players as well, whereas I feel like back in the day, we kind of did understand the players a little bit better. There are guys doing social media and stuff, Instagram and whatever, where guys are doing reels and live stuff, where you can kind of get an idea for it, but I really like these kind of like more formal interviews or whatever, and that's just Matt and Evan standing on the sidelines. Actually, one thing they did do is if you watched Go Sports, one of the things that I was a little bit concerned about with Go Sports is that Evan and Maddie were in the booth for the actual finals on Go Sports, and I was kind of wondering if they were going to use that audio or not. They completely didn't. So they actually went back and redid all of the announcing and all of that voiceover and all of that stuff. Nicholas Ferens. Thank you, sir. Yep, so they went back and did a lot of the announcing, which is good. I mean, I think that overall the quality of the audio and the announcing was really good. Kind of what we'd expect, though. I wouldn't say it's like dramatically better than Go Sports, but they're able to, with that post-production, kind of put the video together and then go back and add in audio stuff they might have missed previously in the actual live broadcast. There's something else I was going to say that I just kind of I blanked on. Announcing was pretty good. Yeah, I was just kind of worried about this Evan character doing bad, and just being a little weird and not understanding. But I think overall he did fine. And it's also something I noticed watching the Olympics too. Like, a lot of the people that are doing the announcing for most of these sports, right, in the Olympics, or whether it's random sports on Fox Sports Net or, ESPN, most of the announcers aren't from the actual sports. They're just kind of like professional announcers. And I don't know which one of those is better. I'd personally rather have somebody that very intricately knows the sport, even though they're not a professional. Like, I would consider Matt a professional. Maddie's certainly professional. Does research and does a bunch of good work to give us the good announcing that he does. But I prefer Matt because he really knows, right? And I think you can tell in that broadcast that the people that know what they're talking about, you can just tell. And the same thing's happening, right, when you're watching the Olympics, is that they always have the main person doesn't really know what they're talking about. I mean, they obviously do, but it's not to the level that someone entrenched in the sport like Matt would do. Jose says, Matty did a great job. He is the voice of paintball. Yeah, you betcha. Me and him. What of me? Either him or dude from Trauma Head. I really like these intros. The intro was really good. They had Black Zebra Studios, so the guys who were behind the initial Virtua Paintball, and then now the I forget what it's called, Major League Paintball game. Yep. They made all these intros, which I really like. They looked really good. I just, screenshot a few of these here. They were talking about trying to attack the center here. And one of the things I actually liked, they actually called the center 50 the castle. It kind of looks like a castle. And it's a good thing to call that castle in the center. It's because it's a really obvious kind of castle fortress structure. So I think calling it that And even designing the field like that was a good idea. The one thing that I don't like, I don't like the Doritos, right? I think that at some point, if we're gonna be on TV in the future, this was brought up by more people than just me, but we're calling those the Doritos, and it felt really weird when they were doing this introduction here, and then it was like the Doritos, and it said like Doritos huge on the screen. I was like, yeah. I mean, well, we could call it this. Why don't we just call the snake the Cheeto 1, and those little beams could be Cheetos. You know, it's just a little weird. Again, more cool graphics. I really liked everybody's pictures. It's cool to have the keys to victory on there. Really like that. That's just more quality production, right? And that's stuff that we're not seeing on Go Sports. It's because it's so freaking hard. I mean, you make all these graphics for every single match. It'd just be a heap load of work. So that's why we're, probably not seeing them on Go Sports. This is a little bit hard to see. I actually think I'll make this, I'm going to stretch this out a lot so we can see a little bit better. And you can definitely see, up in the very top center, we have the scoreboard, which looks good. And then also the players below it, which I really like. I think that it's a good idea. They were also eliminating those guys. So whenever anybody got shot, they would put... What happens if I put this here? They would put an X through, their face and stuff like that, so you can tell who got shot. We also have all the names and players indicated right there. But there is so much shit on the screen. I found it more distracting than anything. I mean, just look at how busy the screen looks, There's just so much stuff on the screen. It's just a little bit hard to look at for me. So I think it's a little crazy. I mean, look at you got all the bunkers. You have the logos on the bunkers. You've got the logos on the field. You have the players on the field. You've got the names on the field. You have the ESPN logo. You have that scoreboard at the top. It's just way too much stuff on the screen. I think that I prefer the way that Go Sports does it, right? They have those markers on the players, but they're turning them on so you can see where people are at, and then they turn them off. So they're leaving them on for 10-ish or 20 seconds, and then turning them off. I think it looks good, but again, I think it's a little bit too much. It's just a little bit too busy and hard to watch. There is a POV camera. The POVs, I don't know, you could have talked... I mean, I could have told you this was going to be a problem. One of the problems with those POV cameras is there's so much weight on the top. You have that GoPro, and then you run, and the thing just bobbles back and forth. So the POV footage, most of it probably didn't work that well. There are some alternative cameras that they could look into. I looked up this a couple weeks ago. I just, the Formula One cars, the Formula One drivers have that camera right here in their helmets. And there's actually a company that makes a visor lens camera that actually slots in right above the foam, or right in between the foam on your mask. I don't know. I've actually never put on a paintball mask, so I don't know. But there's a bunch of different camera options I think that would be more stable they could go with as well. This is just a cool angle, and you can kind of see how in that post-production, that is an X right there on Thomas Kim right there running. That's just a really good clip. And I just really like that angle, so I'll show you guys. What's this one? Just a run through, and you can kind of see right there how they blacked out those players at the top. How they're eliminated. Sideline interviews, I don't know. Todd's great. I love Todd. He's the man. Todd's one of the better talkers in paintball. This lady's terrible. I don't know her name. She's not any good. That's all. That's about it. I've seen her at the other tournaments though too, so she's not brand new, but my God, Lauren was so much better. There's the logo. Split screen, which looks cool. It looks pretty good. And this again, I mean, this was the shooting angles that Go Sports has been doing, but again, it's just too cluttery. There's just so much on the field that I think it's just really, really, really cluttery wife. There's no way that's Tom's wife. Is that his girlfriend? Oh, that's his wife. I had no idea. Good Lord, she's like 32? Wow, Tom. Tom got a lady half his age. I don't know if that's good or bad, but she's not that good. Like, no offense to her, but I don't know. I just feel like Lauren was better at her job. Shooting angles, that's just a cool angle too. So there were a bunch of good angles. Most of those good angles and like this kind of stuff came during timeouts or, you know, during breaks and stuff. We got to see a lot of these. Let's see. I made a pros and cons list earlier. I'm gonna let this slideshow kind of play through. What are my pros? I said the announcing was pretty good. Matt did well. So did the other guy. Interviews were cool. Sideline interviews were cool. Lady is not good though. Drone shots, which, you know, we were getting drone shots before. I wrote slow more during breaks. Maybe I meant to put slow-mo during breaks. So those, like, you know, slow-mo shots and cool angles that were cool. Again, the GoPros, you know, they look cool, but I think that the mounting system is not that good, and that could be better. I talked about the GoPros. But one major problem, I think, is that if you guys go back and watch, I think that it's very hard to follow. I think it's hard to follow, and I think one of the problems is that, like, there's so many cameras. They had, 20 cameras just from the players, because they got all the GoPro angles, which, really is just 10, really, because you've got 10 guys playing. 10 guys playing, and there's, like, 12 other cameras, and I think that there's so many cameras when they actually go in to do the edit. Editing, there's so many camera angles that I think that they want to use all those camera angles, right? You're like, we got all this coverage, we've got all this different footage, let's try to use all the footage. And I don't think that that's a good idea. I think that there was way too much switching, right? Like, you're looking at one angle, and then it switches to another one. And as soon as you get to that other angle, it was like, you switch. And paintball is one of those things where it's really hard to kind of like look at really fast, right? You have to like look at where that player's at, and then you've got to like adjust your brain to understand where this guy's shooting. And like, there's all these like little intricacies you have to pick up on very quickly. And I think when they're doing these really fast cuts in the editing, it just makes it a little bit harder to follow. And it's not like, like crazy fast. It's just, we're on a shot for like 10 seconds or 5 seconds, then you switch to another one, and it's like, it's just like, it's difficult to follow. And I didn't talk about this, but Ben right here says, they cut so much of it in between, they cut out so much of the in-between of what's happening, you can't follow the play, for sure. If it was more like NFL Red Zone than a full game, for sure. At least we saw full points, right? We certainly didn't see all the points. I think they ran 11 points in general, and there were, I don't know, I didn't even think about it, but there were probably like 5 or 6 we saw. But my main thing is that there was too much cutting and switching of camera angles and stuff like that. And like this shot right here, it's confusing when we cross over that line, right? I think that Matt Marshall has talked a lot, and it's something we see in normal sports as well. You never really like shoot from the other side, right? We're always shooting like, say I'm the camera angle and the field's right here. We're always filming like this, right? And whenever you switch around, like if you go to the other side, it just makes it so confusing. And that's one of the things they did, right? They were cutting back and forth between the like snake side and that Dorito side or teabag side. Maybe I should start calling them teabags for the teabag side. And it just makes it like, a little confusing. So I think that sticking on that one side would probably be better. I'm saying a bunch of things that they did bad, but I don't think it was bad at all. I think that it was just as good, or at least produced, and the quality was just as good as almost anything else we've seen, right? I don't think that there's really been anything that much better. I mean, maybe those original pure promotion MPPL videos back in like 2004 were better. Maybe. I mean, but those were like, you know, they took so much time to make those. It didn't come out in like 2 weeks. This came out in under a month. Those came out like 6 months later. So it's got a lot more time in there. But overall, I think it was good, right? I think it was good for paintball. It certainly wasn't bad, you know, but the game, again, paintball is so hard to follow that, I don't know. I'm going to read what I actually wrote. I said it wasn't bad, that's for sure, but the cuts were way too quick. Even more paintball players, I think, dude, I just like wing it when I write. Even for paintball players, I think it was hard to watch. What if you had no idea what was happening? But then I put maybe it's because the show is very short too. So it's possible that if they had that, like, you know, 45 minutes or whatever to show the full match, it might have been cut a little bit better. I also put, I'll say this until I'm proven wrong. I don't think TV, and especially 5-man, is the way to grow paintball. And I really kind of think it was essentially just Go Sports, right? It wasn't entirely different than Go Sports. And, you know, for us, I think that that's really good. I think that the quality of Go Sports was kind of shown to us this past weekend, right? How essentially it was the same thing on Go Sports as we put onto ESPN, which I think's great. I mean, I think that that shows that Go Sports is doing a good job and all that stuff. So I hope to see, honestly, not ESPN in the future. You know, I don't really care if it's on ESPN. I don't think that it matters. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I had to pirate the goddamn stream to watch it, so it's not like they knew I was watching, because I don't have TV. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope that we see like more maybe innovation and expansion over at Go Sports, and I think we will, right? They've been doing that these past few years, have been doing way better job by adding the drone, all that on-screen stuff we were talking about, so, yep. ESPN, those are my thoughts. I don't even know what you guys are talking about because I haven't even paid attention. Yep, I liked it overall, you know, I don't think it was bad. Boomer T says, Go Sports live streams are the way to go. Yeah, I think they do a great job. I really do. You know, I really do. And I think most of the things that we're talking about, you know, most of the things that I'm like, oh, they could do this better and they could do that better. It's not like they don't know, you know. I mean, a lot of the people know. It's just time and money, and it's all those things, you know. Hold on. Air conditioner's been cranking away and I don't really need it. Jeff says the time slot was a huge drawback to getting new players into the sport. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but again, right, it was on yesterday too, so they aired it again Sunday morning at, I think, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. So it's not like, you know, that's a good time slot, I assume, you know, Saturday morning. The one thing we're competing against is just, you know, the Olympics. Some brain says time slots are ridiculous. The 2011 and 2006 time slots were basically peak after school hours. Yeah, I don't even remember that. Very well, I don't even remember the times. That I definitely don't know, but I could see that. It was also a different time. You know, we don't really know enough about it. Like, I don't know enough about it. I don't know. I don't think that we're ever really going to know. I don't know who's paying for it. I don't know any of that stuff. You know, I think that the NXL or Major League Paintball just paid to have it on ESPN, which is the same thing that was happening back in the day. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Did ESPN want money from the NXL, or I don't even know how that works, you know. But I think that back in the day, the MPPL and the MPPL was paying to have it on TV. I think they were literally paying Fox Sports Net. Chris Martin, positive vibes, man. I'm stoked there was a show at all. We complain too much. I know. I'm not an actual complainer in real life either. Also, that is not me. But when it comes to these things, I kind of do. And I don't, it's not all bad. I'm not like all complainy. So I don't know. I hear you though. 100%. Underwhelming? I don't know what we shouldn't have expected too much, I don't think it was what we expected, so that's good. AJ, you think Oliver Lang is one of the best paintball players that ever played? Yeah, sure, why not? One of them. I don't know who's the best. It's so hard to say. Paintball is such a subjective thing that it's hard to say. Randy, I'm gonna give up being a whiskey damn, I can't read that word. Sommelier. There we go. I've given up being a whiskey sommelier to take up paintball again. I don't think so. Just bring the whiskey to the paintball field. We're a couple months ago, Kay, was it Kay? I think Kay brought out cognac. We were drinking cognac. Chris might remember. I think Chris might have had some. Yeah, go to the... Yeah, if you guys want to watch it right now, I would go to Facebook. I'm not going to post this link. I'm just not going to be that guy. I would go to the facebook.com and type in Ninja Paintball. And then when you find the Ninja Paintball Facebook page... Or do they delete it? Nope, the second post on the Ninja page is a link to a YouTube video for the entire show. Never mind, they took it down. Scratch that. Ben Lawton. Friggin' super chats. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn the smoke on. I was called smoke too. It's not really smoke. I don't know why you just reminded me. Ben Laden. It's been said, if Major League Paintball will ever absorb the NXL branding. I fucking don't know, dude. Don't know. It seems disjointed to have two different labels for a professional level plus WNXL. I agree. I totally agree. I don't quite know. Right? I totally agree. I mean, at some point, I feel that like the NXL is going to go away, and they're just going to rebrand Major League Paintball, which I'm okay with. I hate the logo. I really wish the logo was different, though. But I kind of understand the logo. One thing I also noticed is someone else, Dave Reagan. Thank you, sir. What are my opinions on Airsoft? I don't know. I don't really have any. I mean, yep. I don't have any desire to play Airsoft, but I also don't have any desire to play, like, magazine-fed paintball style, like, milsim stuff either. And I think to me, a lot of the Airsoft stuff is kind of like milsim-y, fake army stuff, and I don't really want to do that. The Speedsoft does look very interesting, like the indoor Speedsoft stuff. It looks really cool. I mean, one of the parts is it's really cheap, which is awesome. I mean, paintball's like, 40 times more expensive, so Airsoft being cheaper is way cooler. It's easier to clean up. But it's something about paintball, right? The loud guns when it's like hitting the bunker, and like it hurts when you get shot, and like you can see the paint in the air more. There's just something that I prefer to paintball, and that's, it's what I do. So it's like, I'm going to like paintball more. But it truly is just whatever. I mean, I don't care. If people are having fun, jacking off behind trees to airsoft guns, do that. I don't even, whatever you people want to do, literally fine with me. Oh, Major League Paintball logo. Yeah, I just don't like it that much. You know, I think it could be a little better. I don't really like the trigger frame, how you can like see through the trigger frame and stuff. I don't know. We also should say that they talked about fairly briefly. We knew we were wondering what the hell this Major League Paintball Plus thing was, right? So Ben, this is one thing they're certainly doing. Dave just gifted 5 memberships to a bunch of you guys. Hell yeah, Dave. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Depending on what kind of memberships, you guys can go watch some cool videos and stuff. Hell yeah. That's gotta be a cool graphic. There's supposed to be a fucking graphic that comes up. I don't know. You're awesome. Yeah, we were wondering about what was happening with this Major League Paintball Plus thing, but they're just rebranding Go Sports. So Go Sports, at some point in the future here, is going to be called Major League Paintball Plus. That's about all. Jack Doris, I was going to say Jack Dorsey. Different. Whoa, I actually saw the pop-up for the memberships thing. Did it actually work? That was the first time it literally ever worked. D-Rec, you know who did? Is Dave Reagan. Scroll up a little bit and it'll be like, Dave just gifted 5 fucking memberships. Hells yeah. You can use all the cool emojis and stuff now. Jack, is the 180R worth the money? Over. We're going to go with over the 180R? It just matters on pricing. I mean, I would say that the 180R shoots better, but, just slightly. And that's, I mean, it shoots like, 10% better or 15% better. It's a little bit quieter, kicks a little bit less, but that's about all. I mean, there's really no huge glaring features that you're going to want solely because of the 180R. The 170R is still fantastic, but it really kind of depends on that price, right? If the 180R for some reason is only $20 more, buy that. If the 170R is, $200, buy that. So it's really going to depend on like probably what kind of deal they are. That's about all. The grip is a little slimmer. Yeah, it feels a little different, but not really. I mean, they're like the same exact thing. They're like, fairly the same. Yep. And you know what I forgot to do is I like to, we want to shout out bfpgear.com, Black Friday paintball gear. BFP Gear, you know what? We're going to go to their website. BFP Gear is a sponsor of said channel. They actually, I saw these yesterday. Not yesterday, a couple days ago. BFPgear.com, BlackFridayPaintball.com as they used to be. They're a long-time sponsor of this channel, so if you're going to buy some cool paintball stuff, like, do they have the 80s on here yet? They might not have shipped yet. They do. The brand new HK Army 80-4500. That is the lightest 80-4500 ever made. That's a big-ass tank. But these tanks are really small. We had some on like a month ago when they first came out, and they're considerably shorter than a lot of the other tanks out there. So this 88 is probably going to feel very similar to an 80, while still being probably like 10 to 15% lighter. They're really cool, but if you want one, go to BFP Gear. You can also buy yourself a Thomas Taylor Troll USA jersey. Is he playing for Team USA? I guess he is. Oh, the veterans team. BFP Gear, I mean, literally, without them, they, you probably wouldn't be watching this. I am positive you would not be watching this if it was not for them sponsoring these videos, guys. What is happening over here? Oh, sorry. Nick. Friggin' super chats, guys. Do you see the? I did see the commercial. Did you see the commercial that MLPB did? Industry needs to pay for ads on social media. Through, though, is all ships rise. What is that actual phrase? A rising tide floats all boats or some shit? Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, you know, they threw something together quickly, it looked like. I was a huge fan of it. It looked cool. It was the very first commercial. I was waiting for that guy to shove that guy in that tire the whole time. I mean, we had to wait like 8 minutes for that guy to shove that guy in that tire. I mean, could you imagine trying to shove a guy in a tire for 20 minutes? I mean, it was maybe more interesting than the paintball. The industry needs to pay for ads on social media. I don't think so. You know what I think they need to do? I really think that they should probably try to support the people that are already doing it within the industry, right? I mean, I've talked about this like for years, that I think it's the right move. I think that supporting the smaller or supporting the people in the industry doing that stuff on social media is a good idea. You know, I think that that's me. That's, you know, Matt the Gym Rat. There's been various people. You know, you got Verbal, you got Wolf out there. There's a bunch of people that are like making things that with the help of the industry, I could make better things and all that shit, you know. But I don't think that they see the benefit. They would rather give Portland Uprising 40 brand new guns. 50 new guns. Card Jiu-Jitsu is interesting. I didn't actually see Card Jiu-Jitsu, but I've seen it before. Yeah. Shot Theory, Dan Holiday. A buddy at my work keeps asking me about trading a TM40 I gave him for an LV2. Why Utah? Why? A TM40. My buddy at work, okay, so he wants to trade a TM40 for an LV2. I'm a little too biased to tell him which he would enjoy better. Insights. I think most of the people that are going to like or not like either one of those are probably going to just all be feel. You know, I'd rather have the LV2. I just think that, you know, in general, the Planet Eclipse guns are more reliable. But I think that the LV2 is fucking huge, you know? I mean, it's so big. The foregrip is like twice the size. So I think that most people are either going to pick it up and hate it or pick it up and love it. So I just tell him to try to go hold one first, if he's not held or shot one yet. It's mostly feel, I think. I think it's mostly ergonomics that people are going to like or not like. Yep. I mean, they do shoot different too, but you can kind of like tune and tweak the LV2 to shoot differently also, so. Yep. A rising tide raises all boats. A rising tide rises all boats? I think rising tide rises all boats. Dave, I'm sorry I missed Dave's super chat. I play a lot of airsoft, but would eventually also like to play paintball. What beginner gear would you recommend right off the bat? There's probably like actual videos on the YouTube channel. I'm thinking. There's probably 2 videos I would watch that I made. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, I cannot see that one. I would watch that, and that's like good to tell you like just what all the differences are between all the like beginnerish style guns. So stuff that's like, I don't know, under $400 or $500 to $300 to $200. And then I would probably watch this 47 paintball tips That's just going to be good to watch. Yeah. There's probably like, what did I recently made something on this. There you go. The best paintball masks at every price. So those are probably the 3 videos I would watch. It's really hard just to like, say, buy this, you know, because everyone's kind of got their own like opinion on what they want. I could certainly tell you if we were in real life, because then I can just ask you a bunch of questions, you know, and we can figure it out. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously you need to play paintball, you need a couple things. You need gun, tank, mask, hopper, paintballs. So you really need 4 things. Gun, tank, mask, hopper. I don't know. Sorry. I wish I had a better answer. It's just there's just so many like options. It's hard to say the best. But I would watch those 3 videos. That's what I would do. 47 paintball tips, the best beginner paintball guns, and the best paintball masks at every price or something like that. Watch those. Those will be like at least informative for you to like figure out what you like or what you want. And then ask a question in the comments and I'll answer it. And you became a member? Freaking God tier. God tier. We should have a God tier for people. I'll make like a $7,000 membership. I'm with Johnny. Everybody like the live stream. You know, give the live stream a like. I didn't at all adhere to my list of things I wanted to do. So give the live stream a like. I assume most of you guys are subscribed. I mean, who the hell's watching this if you're not subscribed? Just give the live stream a like. Make sure to like the live stream. Like all the other videos that come out too, and share them with your friends. What was I going to talk about? Oh, this came out. We talked a couple weeks ago as well about... we caught a couple weekends ago, or weeks ago, about Planet Eclipse and their hopper issues. And apparently they're not feeding, or they're not feeding well, I should say, with some of the Virtue and Bunker King control hoppers. So Virtue and Bunker King Virtue and Planet Eclipse have talked to each other, and I think they figured it out. And there may be a new software update for the Virtue and Bunker King hoppers coming out very soon. So if you have like a what the hell am I trying to say? If you have like a Spire 5 or a Control 2, or I've heard also the controls, but from this like notice, it looks like it's just the Spire 5 and the Control 2. They are going to release an update for that. And what I've actually heard is we've talked kind of a lot on this, and one of the like assumptions was that the gun wasn't loud enough, and for some reason the hoppers weren't working. But as we all know, they use eyes, right? The Spire 5 we went over last time uses eyes to feed. It doesn't really use the accelerometer in there. I think it uses the accelerometer to kind of like tune the feed rate or something like that, but it's primarily using those infrared eyes. So the sound and the kick has nothing to do with it. But apparently the bolt speed is so much slower now in the new Geo that people are putting in the brass SFR and then turning it all the way down so that it has the least amount of flow, so that the bolt is slower as well. So that's what's giving it a really smooth shot. But because the bolt is so slow, it's actually like impeding the rate of fire. It's like this weird situation where the bolt is all the way forward and the gun shoots and it tries to feed another ball and it just can't do it. Or I'm having a hard time visualizing this right now and explaining it. But the bolt speed is apparently too slow and there's like a mismatch. So how they're going to change that in software, I'm not entirely sure. Whose fault this is, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would say Planet Eclipse because they released a product that doesn't work with other products that have been on the market that work fine with all the other guns. So, yeah. And I don't think it's something that's also like, it depends on what your gun's like too. So it's not like a problem on all of the guns. Yep. That's my thinking anyway. Some brains, oh my god. So guns can be slow. It either spins the stack or is short strokes. It's kind of weird. It's like clipping, I think. And I'd imagine they use all the hoppers, right? Like, I mean, if I was putting out a gun, I'd be like, let's use all of them, right? Like, we should probably test every single hopper. And I presume they're probably primarily using Spires. I mean, because that's the most popular hopper. So you'd probably want to, like, match that up with your gun up with the most popular hopper. Yep, I'm in love with my DSR Plus. Of course it has the Ironman Pro Kit and the Geo 4 as a backup. I wouldn't trade for anything else right now. I really like the DSR Plus. I'd have a hard time if I was like gonna buy a high-end gun right now. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably be on the verge of buying a DSR Plus though. Yeah, there really aren't a lot of hoppers. I mean, they'd need like... I mean, I've almost got every single hopper. I mean, the only hopper I don't have a Control 2, and I don't have a Triad. We talked about this last week too. Like, I have every single hopper. So it's, yeah, I don't know. Who freaking knows? When will a DSR Plus get an update? I don't know. I would be kind of surprised if we don't see a new gun soon, right? Like, I don't necessarily know if it's going to be at World Cup in like November or, you know, around that time. But I don't even know when the M3 Plus came out. When the hell did the M3 Plus come out? Like 4.5 years ago or something crazy? And the DSR Plus is about 2 years, but I think that we'll probably see a high-end DSR Plus. It's not like the DSR Plus isn't high-end, but like, you know, $1,500 or something like that. I did see the new colors. The new colors are cool. But who knows what's happening with Dye? I mean, Dye is involved with a big old lawsuit that is taking place in September. So we're not even sure, I guess, the, you know, future of the company at all. So who knows what could happen? I mean, they could completely just go away. Also, I think the old markers like the CS1 and LV1 were some of the best made. Yeah. I mean, all the Planet Eclipse guns are great. They've been really good since like probably like 2011 or something like that. 12, 13, somewhere in there. I feel like they really took over when the like Geo 3 came out. Speaking of the M3, I know your channel is sponsored by BFP Gear, but ANS is selling the M3 for 40% off. Are we getting ready for the M4? Well, I don't think that it's going to be an M4 either. They really have a or M3 Plus is really that cheap? I mean, they're cheap that everywhere. It shouldn't just be on like ANS or whatever. They should be that price everywhere. 1,400 or whatever. How much did you say? 40% off? Is it an M3 Plus? Let's see. Oh yeah, they're selling for $1,200. My gosh. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I didn't realize they were $1,200 already. Yeah, I don't think so. No one's really buying those things in the first place, you know? Like, who's buying those anyway? I mean, no one's buying those. The people that, like, bought those were, like, Dye fans. So, people that just liked Dye. And I think most of those people that are just buying Dye guns because they like Dye are probably buying the DSR because it's a better gun. And just no one's buying the M3, so it would make sense that they're just trying to kind of get rid of them. But I really do think we'll see, like, I don't know what it's going to be called. It's not going to be called an M4. I think we're pretty confident with that. I mean, maybe it's just like a DSR Mega Alpha or some shit. I don't know. They call it whatever they want. It's just a high-end version of the DSR. I don't know, though. We'll definitely find out. M4 is a better name. Yeah, it got weird with, like, the cars, though. Because, like, the M2 and M3 and then the M4 and it's all the BMW stuff. Thoughts on the Tippmann Stormer Tactical? What about it? I mean, they're cool. I mean, all the Tippmanns are good. The tactical version is just like their, I don't know, the middle-ish one that comes with that stock and barrel shroud and carry handle. The Elite's probably the cooler one because it's essentially the same thing. It's just you can use magazines and it's like, you know, 40 more bucks or whatever. They're cool. I mean, they're actually really good. I really like the Tippmann, so I think the Tippmanns are kind of underrated. People like think they're just terrible because they've been around forever, and a lot of paintball fields use them as rentals, so they kind of get the short end of the stick. Field piece. Which one did you give away in a raffle? Oh, your son won. I don't know. Dye guns? I think the M3 Plus was a camo gun, right? I think it was camo. Can't remember. Damn, that was a long time ago, too. It has been out for a really long time. It's very odd. Yeah, the DSL, I don't know. The one that I shot was just terrible. I mean, it felt like a nail gun. It was so crazy. It was just like, dish, dish, ding, ding, ding. When it shot, it's like, oh my god. It was old. I heard the bolt just keeps coming loose too, even with the revisions. Yeah, I don't even know about the revisions. I just totally lost track and I don't know. But definitely it was like the can was coming loose and it was coming loose in the body. So it was like pushing the back cap back and you couldn't get the back cap out. So it was like the bolt was like stuck in the gun and it was unscrewed. So you couldn't really use the gun. So they had to like, on some of the guns, they had to like hammer out the quick release lever and stuff like that. And they had to give a whole different back cap to some people. And like some of those guns were a disaster. So... Do you think the push propel will only be mechanical? I completely forgot about that thing. I have no idea. I completely forgot about that. I don't know. I mean, when did we first see that? We first saw that almost a year ago. So September 2023. I have no idea. I totally forgot about it. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about it. It really looks like a Nova though. It looks like the Nova Dreadnought or whatever. Yeah, I totally forgot about the push gun. That's right. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen one though, because we see a lot of the like old school Ironman guys at the field, and I know a lot of them were using it, so I don't know. Jake, god damn it. You're supposed to be on time. You're the mod. It's been chaos in here. I've been waiting for you to come the whole time. Like the video. What else we got in here? Oh, we can talk about paintball stats. I've wanted to talk about paintball stats. I meant to talk about it last week too, but I totally forgot. You can check out paintball stats over on Instagram. There's a link in the description to check out paintball stats. It's really cool. They have a bunch of like just good stats. They are doing right now. These are all Lone Star statistics. I'm like 99% sure, right? Lone Star, there we go. It is Lone Star. So that's Bridnikov. He's actually the 5th ranked player from that tournament. And let's go in. I'll read the actual stuff. So that very top left one, he's the 5th overall. And then number 5 again below that is the overall team player ranking out of 5. So is he ranked 5th on his team? What? Maybe he is. Wow. Total points played, 53. Win percentage, 62. That's really good. Survival is only 45. I'd have thought that Bridnikov was higher than that, although he has kind of been playing in the front quite a bit more. Percentage off the break survivals, 92. Percentage points with marker up off the break. Well, that's an interesting one. 5.6. That's kind of cool. Most played bunker, Snake Temple. Percentage of teams points played, 91.2. That's crazy too. I'm even surprised it's actually not higher than that. Then you can see on that right side is actually all the places that he's gone off the break. You can see survivability. So in there you can kind of see it's got teal, pink, orange, and yellow. That's going to be bunkers taken off the break. So he definitely went to that Snake Temple quite a lot, 77% of the time. And we have off the break survivability, marker up off the break, points 1 off the break. So it looks like they get 70% of the time he goes to that temple, they win. And if he's going to the snake off the break, they only win 28% of the time. I wonder if that's just because that might just be because, whoops, I don't want to close that. That might just be because they're losing when he goes to the snake because they're being over aggressive or something like that. Bridnikov, and then there's Dmitry Ninios. He's over on X Factor. Yeah, and he's 6th overall. So but he's 1st on his team. That means Bridnikov, even though he's 5th overall, he's still 5th on his team. That's crazy. So we compare some of these things. So win percentage is only 47. Point survival's 45, which is a little bit higher. Survivability off the break's 95. Teams percentage of team points played, 95.6. That's crazy. That's like every goddamn point. Huh. There's a lot of these, though. Over on Paintball Stats, I mean, you can find all of these statistics. There is, like I said, the link below, and they're doing all the top guys right now. So Bridnikov, and then we had Bridnikov at 5th, and then they'll do the top 4 and top 3 people coming up. Paintball Stats over on Instagram. Check them out. It's a very good follow. They have a list of almost all the teams, or almost all the players. They kind of didn't release those top ones, though, and they're going to do them a little bit in order. So you can see right here that we have 11. I think that's an 11. I don't know. 11 through 20. It's kind of cool. I mean, we can kind of compare players in the past and compare against different players. You can see they get that overall 143. So LJ had a 143, and Bridnikov had a 170.8, Meter with a 160.4. I think J-Rab's got 190 or 180 or something like that, so he's almost at 200. I like Paintball Stats. I like the stats because we can actually compare it. You know, we were talking earlier about this. Who's good? I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's so hard to tell who's good, by just watching. So having a lot of stats makes it easier to track. It makes it more interesting. We can tell stories based on that stats. We can, I don't know. It's better for coaches and stuff. So coaches and stuff can game plan a little bit better. I'm all about it. I like the stats. Delmont says, dude's in 5th overall and 5th on his team? I know, that's why I was like a little confused. Doesn't that mean the top 4 are all Legion players? Yep, that's what that means. But, you know, I don't think it's that surprising because they won the tournament. So I think that most of the time when you win the event, you're probably going to have those top 5 guys, right? Because you're winning most of the points you're playing. So it kind of like elevates you because your winning percentage is so high. I'm not exactly sure like how they're coming to that like 178 or 170.84 overall ranking or whatever, but obviously win percentage has something to do with it. Win percentage and then probably like how much you're playing and how many points they win and all that stuff. They aren't using stats to help explain a game flow. I don't even know what that means. I'm not smart enough to understand that. Dan Holiday is, though, so not 100% of kills are accounted for. Definitely not. Not even close. I think that's why they don't even want to do it. They're like, there's no point in it until it's accurate, right? Because we don't want to be like, yeah, you got 40 kills, but no idea if that's right or not. So it's like, who knows? Who knows? Only the ones that are confirmed and obvious. It makes sense this way. I don't know. Obviously, it makes sense to only do the obvious ones, but it's kind of difficult too, because it's like, well, we really don't know. It's kind of just like, you know, just because you don't obviously shoot people. You know, I never obviously shoot people. I'm always getting lucky with bounce shots and shooting teammates and stuff, so. It's because the stats aren't fully aligned with game flow like football and basketball. What kind of... I understand that. I get what you're saying. Like tracking rebounds and tracking like shots and misses and turnovers and stuff like that. We don't really have a lot of those stats, you know? I mean, I guess there could be. I don't know what they would be, though, you know? It's like... maybe there could be like a snake dominance stat, like... or like a off-the-break shooting stat. That could be like, oh, they killed one guy off the break every time or something like that. And I know that there are more advanced statistics because like Russian Legion takes statistics and there's a couple other teams do as well. And I think that they're a little more complicated than these. They would be if I did it. I've talked about this before, so. I don't know, but I don't know if we have... we don't really have the stats even, though. There's software that pulls real-time stats. We gotta, like, input the statistics. You know, you gotta have someone who actually, like, you know, one rebound. You know, like, missed free throw. We just gotta, like, do it. There's free analytics software that will track FIFA, but how are they tracking it? They're not actually, like, creating the data, though. You'd have to have, like, crazy 3D cameras all in the arena and stuff. It's like, you know, NBA teams could probably do some of that automated statistics by tracking the ball and all that stuff, but... yeah, but you gotta have, like, 3D cameras and stuff like that. They have to, like, plot the actual like playing surface, and you'd have to know where paint comes from too. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it would cost the entire budget of Paintball. It would be difficult. Yeah, because I assume most of that automated stuff, it's actually like tracking players. You have to have like 3D, you have to have like a 3D representation of the whole field. It's like that's the only way they can do like any of the on-screen graphics. There's actually like, you're actually looking at like the video footage with a 3D, like an actual like three-dimensional like I don't know what the right words are for this even. It's actually like a 3D representation of the field, like overlaid on top of it. It's just all crazy. So it's possible. Zazu, the latest version runs a MacBook Pro Max. Which Max though? ThinkPad workstation. But the problem is getting the data. Where's the like where are the cameras placed and like all that stuff. You guys get tracked walking into grocery stores with an entire version of this software. Yeah, but that's like simple gate tracking stuff. It's not like... How do you know? How do you know if the back center guy shoots the snake guy? How do you know if back center shoots snake 2 guy or if it was the god that shot snake 2 guy when they're both shooting at him? That's the hard part. You gotta like end up tracking paintballs in the air. And I don't think there is a sport that actually tracks the actual ball in the air. You know, it's like golf. Golf has that like thing when if you watch golf, like, tsh, and it has that like, it actually follows the trajectory of the ball. The amount of cameras involved with that are crazy. And it actually doesn't even track the ball. It's just calculating the speed and the angle, and then it like just fills in the like trajectory. So it doesn't even like technically track it. You'd need the 3D. I think you'd need 3D on the field. I think you'd need to build... You'd have to build a simulation of the field or something like that. I'd like to see it. I don't know. You haven't. I mean... Yeah. There's a lot of... I think a lot of... something. I'd just like to get like kill counts like accurate or whatever. Head mounted. Head augmented reality trackers. Best tracker for paintball. See, I don't know what that means. So like I don't know what that shit's called. Shot theory. Other sports use object detection for the most part. Object being the player and the ball for most sports. Yeah. It's like the NBA. Dude, the NBA's got like those fucking crazy... Like all that crazy stuff. I don't even know. I don't know. But the NBA has all that, like, insane stuff in the arenas now. They can, like, recreate the games in, like, virtual reality or something almost. It's wild! Yeah, it'd be easy to detect the people, but then what? All it's gonna tell you is, like, there's 10 people on the field or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I thought about this before. All kinds of stuff. Thought about like attaching like stuff to barrels, and you could like try to like figure out barrel angle and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, it would be cool. Planet Eclipse update. I don't know. We talked about all the main topics I wanted to talk about. Not much, you know, just mainly ESPN. ESPN was probably the coolest thing that happened. Again, you can go over to the Ninja Facebook page. Paintball getting left behind by other layers of sports tech. Yeah, sure. But I mean, it's all just money based. It's not like we're getting left behind. It's like, if we're getting left behind compared to like the NFL, sure. Or like the NBA, or like World Tennis Tour, or like, you know. Because I mean, the whole like, I'll bet half of the NBA, not even half, like a quarter of the NBA salaries are more than the entire paintball industry made the entire year. You know, I would assume that most of the other small sports like disc golf or ultimate frisbee or I don't know, you know, they're probably not using like crazy software and stuff like that. It was really cool. It is really cool, the Olympics, how they have swimming and they put like the speed and stuff on the water. That's kind of cool. I like watching swimming so I can just critique everybody and be like, that guy sucks, that guy sucks, that guy sucks. Adrenaline! You should use the honor system. On my team, if you add up everyone's claimed kills, it'd add up to be 27 per game. That sounds right. There's always the guy that shoots 11 somehow. You're like, how'd you shoot 11 guys? He's like, don't worry about it. Should paintball be in the Summer Olympics? No way. You can't even watch paintball. It's not watchable. I mean, literally no one watches it. Who would watch it? No one's gonna watch it. I mean, that like tire, shove a guy in the tire thing the other night was maybe more entertaining than paintball. You know, I mean, you just can't watch it. It's like unwatchable. Paintball is unwatchable. I don't know why we keep trying to have paintball on TV. Are all sports watchable though? Definitely not, but I would say that all sports in the Olympics probably are. I was like kind of thinking about it when I was talking about like, it's not watchable, and I was like trying to run through all the sports and I'm like, well, they almost are, you know? You know what sport is not watchable? What was that the other day? Okay. Oh, my mouse stopped working. My heart stopped. I don't know if we're going to get kicked off for showing this, but this is probably the closest sport to paintball to being unwatchable. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Calico Storici? This is some crazy Italian sport. So I saw this the other day on John Boy Media. John Boy makes a bunch of stuff on like, you know, sports and stuff. And I actually thought about having paintball stuff. He should do paintball. John Boy's great, but I saw this this sport the other day, and this is the most insane thing ever. So look at this. So what's happening here? It's like impossible to watch. There's just so much stuff happening everywhere. It's like, what do you look at? It's just insane. Like, look at, there's dudes fighting. So the whole point of this game is you're supposed to like fight, I guess, and like at the very beginning of the matches, or the like start of the match or something like that, there's like this huge brawl to start off. Like, look at this. But like, what do you watch? How do you watch this? There's like 40 things to look at, and then all of a sudden there's a guy running around with a ball, and he has to like score the ball. So he has to like go to the other end and like put it in the basket. Like, it's insane. It just reminded me of paintball. It's like there's like 40 things to look at. So like, what are you looking at? Like, how do you watch this? It's like crazy. Like, I'd understand a live. It could be interesting because it's easy to like look around and like, you know, when you're live. But like, if you're in the state, if you're like watching it on TV or trying to film this, it's like, how do they film it? It's like impossible. And I don't think paintball's filmable. I don't think it's possible. I was complaining, what sports aren't watchable that are in the Olympics? Like, I don't think any of them are. JP says one-on-ones. I know, that's what I keep preaching. I've been saying that for a while now. I don't think 2-on-2 is good either. I think it's got to be one-on-ones. Got to be one-on-ones. I think once you start adding people, it just becomes complicated. And how do you watch it? And how do you film it? And like, it's not watchable. I don't know. There's a 6-part series on what? Yeah, but I think all the Olympic sports are watchable. We've just tried 3-on-3. I mean, I think it's obviously, 2-on-2 is and 3-on-3 are going to be way easier than 5-on-5. Just because it's like, less stuff. Swimming is so boring to watch. Yeah, for sure. But it's more watchable because it's just a race, It's like, it's just simple, It's just a race. There's no like, what am I looking at? And like, what the fuck's going on? It's like pretty obvious what's happening. Because even me watching paintball, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't know. Like, half the time I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck they're doing out there. Just shooting stuff. Like, I don't know. Who knows? Yep. I don't know. Yeah, I like the one-on-ones. I think the one-on-ones are probably the answer for being exciting in paintball. But I don't want to play one-on-ones. That's the part that's weird, right? Like, I want to play, like, 10-man. Stuff like that. Oh, Randy, that's right, breakdancing. Who do you have winning the breakdancing? I don't know. I forgot about that. I was watching it the first day, I think it was like the first or second day of the Olympics, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's just like, how do you judge this? And why is this in the Olympics? It's like, I don't know. It's weird. And they also changed the synchronized swimming now. It's called something else. Just so weird. Ben! So that's what was on Netflix, dude. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's fucking gnarly. Rugby on steroids. So they have it on Netflix. Maybe I'll check it out. It's just insane. It's just so weird. It's like they fight and like just pin each other. I'll watch it. I'll check it out. It just looks so wild. Johnny says 1v1s also test endurance and stamina 100%, especially in like the... I mean, I honestly think that like, regular paintball does too. I mean, when you're in the finals, like we were watching these pro games and they're in the finals and there's 2 minutes in between points and you play 11 points, that's fucking tiring. I mean, it really is just tiring. You go to the snake 11 points in a row, it's tiring. But certainly those one-on-ones, I mean, they were given 20 seconds in between. And you can even see it in the Hormesis videos. You can see how those dudes are just super tired. Because they're playing so many points back to back. I like it. I mean, no one cares about anything anybody says, though. So I don't know. Ben, I'll try to pronounce it. I'm not good at phonetic spelling. Calcio Storico Storico Calcio Storico. I also don't speak Italian, so I like try to flare it up like I'm Italian. Dyslexia, yeah, I don't know, maybe, probably not, but you never know. I think everyone's opinions matter because it can open up others' perspectives on things they might not have had otherwise. That's very true. I mean, 100%. But nobody cares. Nobody generally cares. Especially about what I say. Which is fine. Doodly doot doot. I don't know. I don't got anything else to talk to you guys about, so... Keep trying to find, like, more interesting things. Keep can, we'll just blast this for a little bit. You guys go to Discord. Go check out Discord if you want to talk more about paintball stuff. I do have a Discord. You can just follow that link. It'll take you right to the invite. You can pop over on Discord. I'm not over there that much. I might pop in once a month for about 2 minutes just to see what's happening, to see if it imploded or not. But check out Discord. Maybe sign up for a membership, you know, that kind of stuff. Think about supporting your local paintball YouTuber. There's like 4 of us. What is the point of hitting the buzzer in a 1v1? Probably just time, right? Because it makes it exciting. If there's like, you know, 10 seconds left and you shoot the guy and you gotta run over and hit the buzzer. When there's like, you know, just to make it maybe more exciting. But for the most part, it is kind of pointless. Maybe you can take a little break. Although I'd kind of like it to be like, once you shoot the guy. They do this in Airsoft. I really like it. Is like, once you shoot the last player, you have to hit the buzzer within like 15 seconds or something like that. So you have to be like really, really aware of like where everybody's at and like the time and all this stuff. I like that a lot in Airsoft. How they made people like just be more aggressive with it. I was a fan of that. Dude just walks over. Yeah, it is kind of weird, but it wouldn't make sense a little bit with maybe the end of the last point or something like that. Somebody's buzzers should unlock a virtue board and give you uncapped ramp for 10 seconds. That'd be cool. Huh. I wouldn't be opposed to that. That would be crazy. I mean, on these one-on-one fields, though, uncapped ramp would just be stupid. Everybody's so close. I mean, you're like right there. So, like, I like it. It might be too crazy though. I do like that idea though. I do know another thing though. One thing I don't like is I think it's kind of weird to like implement things just to make it more exciting. I think if it like improves the game, it's a good idea, but just implementing things to make it more exciting is kind of lame. Like, I was watching beach handball. These are not sports that we're seeing often. And in beach handball, you just throw the ball in the goal and you get 1 point. But if you do a trick shot, you get 2 points. That's fucking stupid. That's the dumbest thing ever. So if you like do like a spinning shot, you get 2 points. That's dumb. I was like, that's stupid. So I don't really like that. I think that there maybe should be some skill involved with it, not just like that was cool. Here's some extra points. Like, I don't know, it just becomes weird at that point. I'm not a fan of that. It's very odd. So I hope we don't do weirdness like that, but who knows? I think midfield buzzers and flags are kind of lame in paintball. Well, back in the day, it was because like when there was a flag in the center, you know, the fields were so big. It was 15 on 15. You'd play like fucking 5 acres. I mean, the fields were goddamn huge. I think the very first paintball tournament, you had 3-hour games. A 3-hour game. Could you imagine at a paintball tournament having a 3-hour time limit? That's just crazy. So at least at one point, the center flag was there to give like incentive to go for the 50, right? It's to like make people try to move up quicker. So they put the flag there and you'd get points for just pulling the flag. Not necessarily hanging it on the side, but you'd get them for pulling it. We just don't really have, you know, the small, huge fields like that anymore, or play really like that. They did have those like middle buzzers for Ultimate Shootout, and I kind of liked that. I don't know, I wasn't really like opposed to the like center buzzers for Ultimate Shootout. Yeah, the very first paintball tournament was held hold on, I'm gonna get my notes. They're somewhere in here. They're deep in this thing. The very first paintball tournament was held in 1983. The National Survival Game Paintball Championships. And the matches were 3 hours long. 3 hours. 3 hour tour. It's a 3-hour tour of duty. 3 hours. Delmont could set the first few balls at a different color in the hopper and feed it a bit into the gun. So those are the first balls that shoot. Hit with one of those balls and you get double points. That would be kind of cool. I like that idea. They kind of might, though. Don't they call that an ace? Like, what does Hormesis with their the duel? They have the thing called an ace. So if you shoot someone off the break, you get an ace. That's kind of what that's like. But what do they actually give you for getting an ace? Is it like an advantage? Or they just like call it an ace and it's just good? Fucking 3 hours. It was like 140 acres. It was crazy. 3-hour games. Randy, how about those sports where they use different sized balls in volleyball and table tennis, but they only use their legs? Yeah, I don't know what that's called, but they're like kicking the ball over the net, and it's like the table's like an arc or whatever like that. It's all like crazy. I don't know what that's called. It's not futsal. Futsal's like indoor, like 5-on-5 soccer. There are so many sports out there in the world that we just don't even talk about. It's crazy. You get nothing for an ace. Should be an ace count that matters for final count. That's true. It could break like the tie or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should get like maybe 5 in a row. 5 in a row is way too many though, I think. I think if you did 3 in a row, maybe you get an extra point, or I don't know. I really like it though. I mean, I'm all about it. I think that if we want paintball, if we really want paintball to be watchable, it has to be one-on-ones. There's no other option. I mean, literally, there's been 20 times paintball's been on TV, and what, I don't know. What? I don't know. At 5 aces, you should get mercy ruled out of the match. Yeah, 5's a lot. I mean, dude, 5's a lot. I mean, it was like a big deal when you shot, when it was like, you shot one time guy, like once off the break, it was like a big deal. Because it's hard, right? I mean, the bunkers are like right there. It's just like right out of the back center. So it's not like you're like shooting straight at each other. Yep. Thoughts on the shot on the LV2? It shoots good. I mean, it's one of the better shooting guns out there, for sure. Some people might like it, though. Some people might not. Yep. The Ace mechanic is used in long-range competitive 1,000-yard rifle shooting. Oh, really? 1,000 yards. There used to be a gun range by the paintball field. It's probably still there. Out by Action Paintball and Paintball Sam's. Oh, it's like I've seen people ace 5 people, you know, like throughout the day. I could see that for sure. I've only watched I've only watched the matches they put online. So like, you know, a couple of them. Is it Sac Valley Gun Club or Rifle Club or something like that? And then the paintball store used to be across the street from the gun range, an indoor shooting range, where you could shoot any caliber weapon. So you can shoot anything over there. I mean, not anything. I can't bring my, like, you know, minigun and we're like, but, you know, you could shoot like a 70 millimeter cannon or something. I don't know. Brad, I used to hit that gun range, then stop at Sam's on the way back. That sounds right. Think Bob Moon liked my guns more than my paintball gear. That's funny. Yeah, probably. Bob was all into guns, for sure. I mean, he's in the military for a long time, too. So, yep. He always had a gun at the store. I did not have a gun at the paintball store, though. I've never owned a firearm. I've thought about it. I just don't know. I don't think I'm going to ever be in the position where I need it. And I don't really care. I don't really... I don't know. I don't want to go out and shoot guns or anything like that. It's fun. I just got no interest in it. I did see... I want to go to the Olympics in 2028, though. It's kind of cool. I'll probably try to go to the Olympics in 4 years. If I'm still in California or alive. I might be dead, too, so... Oh, that's right, Randy. Capital Edge did have the, like, Terry and some people used to go shoot air rifles back there. I forgot about that. You could still do that. I mean, they still have enough property on that one side. Because the whole side is open, I think, right? I think it runs into the, like, castle or something like that. Huh. Have you ever owned a self-defense pepperball pistol? Nope. We sold them a lot, though. I mean, not like as like they weren't pepperball pistols, but we sold, you know, the Tippmann TIPX as a self-defense weapon or whatever all the time. That's probably the best one. There's no question that the TIPX is the best pistol ever made. I mean, for sure. The TIPX is easily the best. Are pepperballs not illegal? They aren't legal in California now? I mean, you used to be able to just buy them at Walmart. You just go to Walmart and buy a pepperball. Jackson from Alabama. I was just looking at the weather over there. You guys have like a crazy hurricane. I think it's supposed to rain like 10 inches in Georgia tomorrow or something like that. Georgia's a big place, you know, so by the coast. Batten down the hatches. It's 105 outside right now. It's not that bad here. Crazy weather. Yeah, I really don't know about pepperball. I have no clue. I wouldn't be surprised if it was illegal in California, but you definitely used to be able to buy it. Yeah, I don't know. Can't you just buy it on Amazon? You can't, like, yeah, here you go, right here. This item cannot be shipped to your selected delivery location. So it will not ship that. So OC, that's the same stuff, right? That's like that, it's not like pepper spray. It's like something else, right? Yeah, I can't ship this stuff here. But that doesn't mean it's illegal here. Just like I can't ship from Amazon, like they won't ship paintball guns off Amazon to California anymore either. So it's not like paintball guns are illegal in California. They just won't ship them here, which is kind of not the greatest situation, I would say. Bill, it's 1:30 in the morning. Go to sleep. Pouring in South Carolina. I'd kind of like it to pour. It hasn't rained here in like months. JP, Brad, we did a tournament at a small field outside the city I live. The refs threw our game in favor of a local team. No, that's definitely not normal. I mean, that's like literally the opposite of what you want. I mean, because if you think about it, like just from a business standpoint, it's like, you know, the local tournaments here, if like, you know, if the refs were like throwing the game and screwing over people that are in the tournament, I mean, the field owner or the tournament promoter sure doesn't want that, because why would you play another one? You know, I mean, they just literally like, why are you going to play another one if you're going to put in the effort and spend the money just to get screwed like that? So I definitely would not say that's common. Yeah, I know that here in Sacramento, they don't even let, like, the people that ref the tournaments here don't play them. They're not like ever going to play the tournaments. So it's even people that are like kind of like a little bit separated from it. Yeah, that's crazy. They threw the only major of the day on our team. It didn't talk to us about it, and that was the tie break against their local team. I don't know. That sounds like a story, though, that everyone says. Honestly. I honestly don't know what happened, but, like, you know, that's a common thing. Oh, they screwed us. They, you know, gave us a penalty, but I don't know. You know, it's just something you hear all the time. People blaming refs. But certainly not, I wouldn't say common, you know. Said our guy was talking while dead, but had a hit on his leg that he didn't feel. So did he get a penalty for talking or with a hit? This guy knows shot theory. That's Dan Holiday. If nobody knows shot theory, that's Dan Holiday. Dan's a man. He has played more paintball than all of us combined. And he says, isn't it wild how how many people claim the refs screwed you over? Yeah. Sometimes they do, but it's like every time. It's like every time. Because paintball is one of those hard things where it's like you don't really see people mess up that much, right? You're going to get shot, but you don't really see people miss wide open shots and stuff because it's like, you just can't see those things. I've never screwed anybody over at a tournament, but I've certainly been on the receiving side of being helped out at tournaments. Certainly. We played the PSP for a long time and then knew all the refs, and, you know, they kind of help you out a little bit. But I wouldn't, Bearded works. Good evening. We had Tom K something. Tom K was the man that made that possible. Perfect Circle was the company that had a bunch of different rounds. I don't know what she was talking about. Tom K, paintball legend, air gun design legend. Perfect Circle paintballs. I vaguely remember. I don't even... Who knows? I definitely know that name. I can't really remember. Delmont, what's the consensus on the ESPN show? Good. I think that most people good. I think that, yeah, I thought there were too many cuts and editing and stuff that made it hard to watch. But I think overall good. It definitely wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't bad. It's kind of like what we would have expected, and it's essentially Go Sports. You know, it's not too much different than Go Sports. So it wasn't like crazy or not crazy. You know, it's really just Go Sports. Really, I feel like they just could have taken the Go Sports footage and just, like, you know, did the audio different and fixed the overlays. And because if they just record all the video without the stuff on the screen, which they can probably do, like I'm recording this, but it's baking in all this stuff, like the BFP gear logo and stuff. It's not like recording a clean feed. Like, it's not like super clean like this or whatever. It's got all that crap on it, but they can probably record those clean and then just redo the audio. And there you go. That's kind of what it was. So I don't know. Should have been focused on J-Rab's excellence. Yeah, that's very true, because J-Rab killed it in the finals, right? I mean, him and him and Bridnikov like just own that snake side, and they play so well together that they really kind of didn't touch on that, right? I mean, it's just hard. They just don't have the time. Yeah, I think it wasn't bad, but it's really just Ghost Sports, you know, so it wasn't like crazy. But we shouldn't expect anything crazy. Mark, I'm with you. ESPN should pay me. My fee is $100,000. $500. I mean, I'll do whatever they want for $500. ESPN should consult for ESPN. I don't know. Sure. I think they should consult me. That's what you meant to say. I think so too, personally, but I don't know. You know, I'm just some jackass. So it's like a lot of people have like, you know, weird opinions on this stuff. But I also think that I actually think about it more than most people. You know, because of doing this, you know, I gotta have like formulated thoughts, and like I think about it a lot more than most people do. But that doesn't mean that I know what I'm talking about just because I think about it. I just think I know. But I'm pretty sure I can help. But again, I don't know what I would change. You know, if I had to change anything, it just would have been editing. It just would have been like the way editing went or whatever. Who knows? Early 2000s events were reffed by other pro teams. That's very true too. So yeah, I'll agree there were a lot of really bad calls. That's very true. Very true. Like back in the day, yeah. When like, you know, freaking Iron Man or whoever is reffing 7-man or 10-man. I mean, to be fair, 7-man, they didn't do that. It's right. It's, I think 2002 was probably the last year that pros reffed. And then for sure, MPPL started their own pro reffing thing. And then, I don't know, I assume the PSP used players as refs for quite a while after that. Maybe not in the pro division, but definitely in divisionals, that's for damn sure. Yeah, J-Rab did play really well. It's weird how, like, you know, he was on AC, and he was hurt with AC, and it felt like kind of didn't care that much, you know, maybe he was just like, kind of like, the team wasn't working out, and he just wasn't feeling it, and whatever. And then he goes over to Red Legion, and it's like, the fuck? I mean, J-Rab's like, you know, top 4 player again, and I feel like he kind of faded away. Maybe top 10, we'll say top 10, right? And the last few years, it was like top 50. So certainly his last showings at these events have been really good. I mean, dude, the Russians are just so good, dude. I mean, Karzalev and Bridnikov are so good. So good. I mean, Bridnikov's like a supernatural paintball player. Not like supernatural, like he's got supernatural powers. But he's a natural paintball player that's super at it. Yeah. Yeah, PSP did, I mean, it was definitely like odd for a while there because they were using teams to ref. For sure. That's where we were getting help from, because we, you know, knew some of those cowboys. Pretty sure excessive reffed in... Oh, maybe they did. That's right. I think you are right about that. Maybe I'm wrong. But I was pretty sure that, like, yeah, you are right about that. But that might... When was Heroes for a Day? I don't know. Because I haven't seen that in so long, but I was skimming through it, and I think I saw something about them reffing, but then for sure for sure it was like, for sure the MPPL started the pro referee thing when they started the Super 7 series. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have... Maybe Excessive was reffing the PSP, not the MPPL? I don't know. Yeah, because 7-Man started in 2003. So it's 7-Man they started in 2003, and Excessive probably started in 2003 also, right? Because Excessive didn't... Excessive never played 10-Man. I don't know. JP, Brady ever owned a paintball field? Nope. Is it tough to make profit running a field? Absolutely. Yep. Talking about chupacabras? Chris, what the heck is that? Ah. Karumba. Karumba, okay. What the hell was that about? Excessive? 10-Man? Excessive in 2003. I don't know. Totally lost my train of thought. 100% there was sus reffing because my teammates repped that event. Yeah, 2002 was the last time... Well, really, 2002 was the last time the NPPL had 10-Man. 2004 was the last year the PSP had 10-Man. So the PSP actually did 10-Man 2003 and 2004, but by 2004, nobody was playing 10-Man in the PSP. Because like Dynasty played 10-Man in 2003 in the PSP. And the Naughty Dogs still played 10-Man in the PSP, and they switched to X-Ball in 2004. Stick around, watch the next video, and we'll talk about it. Whoop whoop, the Mama's Boy. They did play. Was it 2004? Those are the good old days. I played, I think, one tournament with the Mama's Boys. I think I played XPSL Sacramento in like 2003? Maybe it was 2004. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. My cousin has a NorCal Intimidator. He actually has one of the Mama's Boys guns. One of 12, I think? Something like that. Randy. I'm going to talk to Randy every time. I remember when the CEPL started, Dave had pros reffing. In one event, it was getting... In one event, I was getting fucked, we're going to say. And the ref said to me, he's a Dorito 2. Wait, what? Weird. I was chilling. What you were saying about Shane? I was chilling with Stanks. I didn't deal with. I like Shane. Sean King and I were friends. Sean King. I don't know where Sean King's at nowadays. It was so long ago. So long ago. I like Sean a lot. We used to play like all the time on like, you know, Wednesday nights and Friday nights at the Placer County Fairgrounds. Yep. Knox, the rugby MMA football thing you showed earlier is cool. Whatever the hell it was called. Sucarico. They take that city and divide it kind of like an election map, and the players have to be born and raised in that area. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think that was in, Chris! Yeah, I totally Chris, your super chat, I totally lost you there, dude. JP helped me out. You're awesome, dude. I mean, super chats are freaking awesome. And Chris, you're freaking on, dude. It's one of the things that helps motor this show along. We'll hit that again. Go buy some merch, guys. Go buy yourself a cool headband. Or a cool hat. Maybe a shirt. What's happening? 20 bucks, damn. Read what we... This is why I have a hard time reading people's comments. Or the chat. Because sometimes I don't know, people getting typos. NG, I'm sure you asked a lot. What's the origin of the channel name, if any? I have been asked a lot. Back in the day, there was a paintball t-shirt. Just a t-shirt that said, paintball ruined my life. And it said, but it was worth it on the back. That's about it. That's about all. And I always just wanted wanted it to be kind of something fun and not serious, just kind of like light, not like paintball killers. I don't know. Just something that's stupid and funny. And it's kind of funny and stupid. It's a little serious. A little not serious. It was a very famous shirt. Rumor has it, Oliver Lang says he did it. Oliver says it was his idea. But then Alex Frage said it was his idea, so we don't really know whose idea the name was. Looking forward to your R5 review. I'm not gonna do one. I'm not making one. Talking about Dave and Oliver? Oh, I don't know anything about any of that. Not until September 18th. Yeah, who knows? We're not gonna talk about that until the trial. Yeah, I'm not doing a review on the R5 though. I don't know. They're just kind of boring and like no one really cares. No one watches the videos. So, I gotta, I'm gonna try to make stuff that people want to watch from now on. I think. Like the videos recently, like the video coming out that's going to be called, I don't really know what it's going to be called, but it's going to be on the MPPL. I'm not sure what the title of the video is going to be, but yeah, the Punisher videos are actually pretty good. The Punisher Paintball, they're probably like the one store that I think's doing good videos. BFP Gear started doing videos with Sam. They've done a Geo5. They've done quite a few reviews. I have talent for gun reviews. Really not. No one watches them. I mean, we've talked about this before. Just nobody watches them though. Like if we go to the channel, we go to view your channel, we can see the last video I posted has 26,000 views, which is okay. That was 2 weeks ago. And the Lux Idol, high-end gun review, has 13,000 views, and that was 3 months ago. The Shocker Era, 15. So I just gotta make videos that people actually want to watch. So Stephen Meyer says, I found your channel from gun reviews. Yeah, but way more people found them from not. Also. So more statistics, like the video on the illegal guns that transform paintball. Obviously, this is kind of like an outlier, as it has like, way more views than almost every video on the channel. But that's kind of the point. This video has 1.6. I shouldn't say 1.6. I should say 1,600 subscribers gained from one video. Well, there's no other video even close to that. So I hear you, but no one cares, so... You'll find it through other ways. You'll find through other ways. We'll try. I mean, this is literally the first time I haven't reviewed something that came out. I literally reviewed every Eclipse gun since the channel started, every single hopper, like literally everything. This will be the first time that I've not reviewed something. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I got to make money on this. You know, that's just how life works. If I'm going to invest, you know, tens and tens of hours, 100 hours into a video, it's got to at least make some money. Yep. Stephen Myers, very true. But hearing a review from someone that's not trying to sell us something, it makes me trust your word over others. Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's kind of why this works. Faux show. Because most of the people out there talking about things are stores, or they're sponsored by the company or something. So they're obviously super biased. But then everyone says that I'm super biased too. So I don't care that much to be biased. I found you from your review and the illegal guns that transform paintball. See, that's the one that did good. Top 10 paintball fights and meltdowns would be fun to watch. Yeah, kind of. I mean, there's already like a bunch of those. There's like all kinds of those. Like, I caught some cheaters and stuff. I really would like to do that for pros. You know, I wish that I could put like the best pro moves of the year, or like the top 10 pro moves of the, like, whatever, or the top 10 paintball failures or whatever like that. But it's so hard to go back and like find all that footage. It's like impossible. And nobody, like, you know, a crazy move happens in a tournament and it just 3 months later it's gone forever. You know, no one remembers when it happened. Nobody, it's so hard. It's hard to go back and find the actual like crazy things that happened, because, like, you know, you gotta watch every single freaking match. That's why, like, when the tournaments do happen, I'll try to do those highlights and stuff during a live stream, but I have to watch every single match. Like, if I'm not watching it, there's just no way to see it, though, unfortunately. I've totally thought about that, because I wanted to do that. Like, it's just like, I don't know where to find them. That's difficult. JP, DSR or GO5, our best shot. The R5, the DSR shoots better. This shoots a little better. Bobby, videos on the videos on the GOAT playing only. Problem is that I can't play for at least a month. I do want to do me playing. I've never played Pump before, and I've never played MagFed. I think that those would be kind of fun. Maybe, you know, it's kind of falling out of my new trajectory for the channel, but I think it would be kind of funny. Is cheating a stat captured on paintball stats? No, but it really should be. I mean, not cheating, but penalties should be. I don't think they are at this moment. I assume that they want to, but I don't think that they're actually keeping stats. Yeah, I think the DSR shoots better. I mean, it's hard, right? I know some people like the actual feedback, right? They like the little bit of a kick and they kind of want to feel a little bit more. The DSR is so quiet and so smooth that, yeah, I mean, it's noticeably quieter and noticeably kicks less than literally every gun out there. I mean, some people might have a preference for the way one shoots, but there's no question the DSR is quieter and kicks less. I would probably buy the Geo first, though, just because I trust those. Bill, guys like Baker do MagFed about more slow-paced but looks enjoyable in its own way. It's maybe more so. I mean, I really like those videos. I mean, one of the advantages he has, too, is just it looks better on camera. I mean, being in the woods and, like, it's just a little bit more interesting looking rather than, you know, just airball fields or, like, hyperball fields that I'm always playing. I mean, I'd love to go play in the real woods, but I live in the desert, essentially. Brady should review a gun. Well, let's review something. Let's review this broken DM9. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go eat more chicken. I've been on a freaking chicken eating craze. I'm gonna eat half of a bird tonight. I'm gonna saw it right down the middle. Aren't you glad that you don't have to, like, kill animals now when we eat? You don't have to, like, wring its neck. I don't have to do that. Bill has more army-style gameplay. There are also abandoned areas. People play in, like, abandoned factories. I know, that's super cool. I'd get arrested. That's where I'm at. Am I going to come out this weekend? I don't know. I would like to. I actually want to try to play. Sometime? What's the weather like this weekend? I just don't want to go out when it's like 150. It's supposed to be cooler this weekend, right? 97 and 91. You know, guys, I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't know. 97 and 91 aren't bad. No, I can't. I don't want to... Jungle would be fun. I don't want to drive anywhere. This weekend is the West Coast... No. The Classic Woodsball League out at Shooters. Which is... I don't know. Just saying. I don't really want to play it, so... Sacramento weather does not suck. It doesn't at all. It could be so much worse. Like, it literally could... It could be so much worse. Like, we could live in Minnesota, where it's like -40 in the winter. I mean, that's just a goddamn nightmare. I mean, it's not... It's like 98, 93 degrees outside right now. That's not that hot. And I mean, most people, like... You gotta realize, too, that, like... It's so, like, low humidity, too. So people aren't really used to, like... low humidity. Most people are like used to it like being all humid, and it's like 18% humidity outside. Well, we know that one guy like drove that fucking car. Dude, the story is crazy about that guy. The guy who started the fire, the park fire, it's just crazy. So apparently he like was super drunk and like beached his car on the center divider and beached his car and was just gassing it and like rocking the car and like trying to get it to like get off the center divider, and caught all the grass on fire that was on the divider, caught the car on fire, and then he gets in the car, puts the car in neutral when it's on fire, and just rolls it into the forest. Like, that's crazy. Like, what the fuck? And now 400,000 acres is burned. It's just crazy. Crazy. Okay, guys. I'm out of here. Korean fried chicken. I do want to go to the field. I don't want to go to the jungle, though. I really don't want to go to jungle. I'll let you know early if I'm coming out, though, Mark. For sure. I'll let you know, like, Thursday or something like that. I imagine I will. I don't know. It just matters what's going on. It's too far away. Too far away. Yeah, that dude definitely needs to go to prison. He's going to. He's also, it's the same guy. Apparently, he went to jail for raping a minor. He went to jail for something else. So, like, I guess it's a minimum sentence of 11 years or something. But that's just crazy that you can do that and, like, not just go to jail forever. I think it's crazy. I'm gonna turn my smoke off while I'm thinking about it. I didn't turn it off last weekend. Okay. What's the next video? The next video is NPPL. Mark, what are you saying? Let Chomo? I sound like a fucking let have some dinner. MFer? When? I don't know. I'm going. Was Trump and Biden the best kill Tony ever? No. No. It was not. It was not. It was fucking awkward. It was more awkward to me than anything. It was really funny though. Once I got over the like weirdness of it, it was okay. Okay, I'm closing the chat. I'll keep looking at it forever. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming by. You know, make sure to like the live stream on your way out. And I'll see you Monday for sure. If maybe I'll see you this weekend. Definitely Monday.